Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Roke here. Another Star Trek Online video, and just ahead of everything, I want just to slightly apologize for the background noise. I did the best I could, but that's my kids playing. So, let's just hop into it. This time, I want to go over different sets that you can get for your ship, and how they can help you, and how choosing a certain set for your certain class could go in a very wrong direction for you, even though you may think it looks cool and fantastic, but it may just hinder you in the long run. So, let's just hop right into it. Alright, so here we are. And as you can see, I got these funky things hanging off my ship. So, let's get into detail on what these things are. Now, this is going to be the first set I show you. Everything I'm going to show you comes straight from the reputation system, right here. All of these. You get like 4 sets out of here for space, which is a lot. So, the first one you get out of that bottom one down there, the Task Force Omega. That's one of the ones that you can get, probably not the first one on the list, but whatever, is the Borg set. The Assimilated Deflector, the Assimilated Sub-Transwarp engines, and the Assimilated Regenerative Shield. Now that's a 3-part set. Now another set that comes with that set itself is the weapon set, which is the comes with the kinetic cutting beam, the Borg torpedo launcher, and the assimilated module. Now both these sets have an individual name. If you feel like Googling them or something of the nature, you can look up the Omega Adapted Borg Technology set, where you can just look up, I don't know, the name of the assimilated module there, and it'll probably give you the same information. But anyways, all of these parts will give you something pretty cool, like the weapon set, which comes with this piece here and this piece here. I don't carry all 3 parts, and I'll show you why. It'll get this individual part will give you 0.92% critical chance, 9.2% critical severity, plus 5 weapon power setting, plus 5.1 starship hull repair. Now that is a hell yes, I will definitely take that any day type deal. Okay, so this skill also improves the passive hull regeneration rate of all starships. Science captains who learn 6 ranks of this ability. Okay, this is for starship hull repair. So if you learn 6 ranks of starship hull repair as a science captain, you will get the ability to train bridge officers in hazard emitters 3, which is a very good thing. Let's go down here. The whole reason why I have only 2 parts of this set, and this will tell you why. The Omega Weapon Amplifier. This is what I wanted for my ship. Gives you a 2.5% chance to self. Applies Omega Weapon Amplifier, plus 10 current weapon power, plus 500 current weapon power. Yeah, plus 500 current weapon power. So I'll show you in a second what my weapon power is. Resistance rating for 3 seconds, plus 500 maximum weapon power resistance rating for 3 seconds. So for 3 seconds, you are invincible for 3 seconds at least. Okay, now the 3-part is 1% chance when hit to reduce all incoming damage by approximately 99% for 2 seconds. This cannot occur more frequently than once every 30 seconds. So there's a 1% chance for every 30 seconds that you will be invincible. Okay, I don't like those odds, because 99% of the time, every 30 seconds, you're not going to get it. So, no. I didn't feel like putting that on there. Plus, that weapon sucks anyway, so I didn't really care much for it. So, if you're set up like I am, you're really going to hurt somebody if you have the Omega Weapon Amplifier on and it kicks in, because I'm already doing to NPCs over 100,000 damage. And I've hit a few people in PvP matches for a little over 50,000, and I've hit some people who really had their resistance levels high in a PvP for about 30,000. So you also got to remember that that no matter how much you beef up your weapons, if you're attacking somebody who has high resistances to that weapon style, you could barely be hitting them at all, even though you have your weapon power high. So don't think that your ship is weak just because you can't kill one certain person. Take into account that you might be fighting somebody who has high resistance levels to your ship. Not just your ship in general, but anybody who uses that weapon style. So say somebody has a high resistance rating to anti-protons, which are these right here, which I have seen. They might have a super high resistance to it, and you will barely be doing any damage to them, and it may make you feel weak and like you messed up on your ship somewhere, and you might go changing all this stuff around. Before you do that, go attack 2 or 3 different other people and see what happens. And if it's pretty much the same, go attack an NPC character. Now if an NPC, non-playable character, dies within an instance, that means pretty much that your ship is running fine. You're just fighting a whole bunch of people that happen to have high resistance ratings to your weapon type. So now that I'm off that rant, let's go back to the set itself, which I'm not going to go through what every single one of these parts do. I just wanted to let you guys all know exactly what the set does, how to find out what the set does, and all that stuff. And then I'm going to go and tell you what my personal opinion, what I think what set should go where, for what style of ship and perk what kind of captain and stuff like that. Okay, Autonomous Regeneration Sequencer. That's if you have 2 parts of the set, so you can have these two together, or these two together, whichever one, don't really matter. This is a typo, don't worry about that, because you already have a deflector array. That's just in there for some damn reason. Regenerate 1% of your hull every 2 seconds. Plus 10 Starship hull repair. When taking damage, 2% chance to trigger Autonomous Regeneration Sequencer for 10 seconds. 2.9% of your hull regenerated per second, plus 0 to 50 all damage resistance rating. Value increased as hit points fail, so the less you have on hit points, the better this will be right here. So say you have 50% of your health, it'll probably give you 25, and the lower it goes, the higher you get to 50. I don't exactly know what the number is, but that's what it is. Cannot trigger more than once every 60 seconds. Skills that affect this ability are Starship hull repair, so it'll make your hull repair even better if you have hull repair up higher. If you get 3 parts, you'll get the multi-regenerative shield array, which, while any shield facing is below 20%, incoming damage has a 10% chance to trigger multi-regenerative shield array for 10 seconds. I guess that's a plus sign, supposed to be 90 shield regeneration, plus 90 shield regeneration per second to each facing. Reduces damage to shields by 50%, continuously removes hazard debuffs for 10 seconds. Cannot trigger more than once every 60 seconds. Okay. Along with that, you also get the Assimilated tractor beam, which pretty much F's everything up to anyone. Almost. Sometimes. Occasionally. Yeah, okay, yeah. Occasionally. 5-kilometer range, 3 minute recharge, so it takes a damn long time to recharge, but it does pretty good. To your target, it will do 54.7 kinetic damage times 25. So if you feel the necessary, I'm gonna go ahead and wait here for a second while you add that up on your calculator. Okay, I think that was long enough. So quite a lot of damage. It doesn't seem like a lot, but over time that'll do a lot of damage. Causes 765 kinetic damage and 5 crew damage per second for up to 10 seconds when used on a target that has been recently hit by a kinetic cutting beam. So if you carry the kinetic cutting beam and you also have this set going, then you're in pretty good shape. You can really do some damage to people. Reduces the turn rate and flight speed for 10 seconds to the target. Also to target, -1 all power settings. Disables cloak to self after 3 seconds, +1 all power settings. Works for me. Skills that affect this ability: Starship Graviton Generator, Starship Particle Generator, and the Starship Flow Capacitors. Now these are all very fun things. That's the one I was looking for in the last video. Starship Particle Generator. Improves exotic damage. I don't know why that I was so out of it that I couldn't see that, but I'm an idiot. Look, it's right there. Okay, so the higher that is, the better your exotic damage is. Your Starship Particle Generator. God dang. Okay, so that's what this set does. By far, this is my favorite set. I love it. But I don't like the visuals. They're ugly. Freaking ugly. I think it's off too. Yeah, this thing has visuals too, and it's just a bunch of little bloopers all over your ship. But they kind of messed up because there's only 4 back here and like 4 up here. So they pretty much took it and just slapped it on the front, slapped it on the back, and called it a day. So K on the keyboard and hit I as well. Why not? Go to status. Let's cut that off, and then I'm going to switch a set. Okay. Let's go for the adapted Mako. My second favorite set. Well, third. I'll go with third. Well, it's kind of dropped since they came out with new ones, so I'll go fourth. It's as low as I'll go. Okay, so it's got these cool visuals. It's all carbon fiber-ish and chrome looking. So you got a little bit of carbon fiber right here. It's got, if you look at it just right, I don't know if you can see with my graphics, but it's a little bit of carbon fiber going. Got some right there, chrome, and oh, nope, we want to leave that there. Alright, here we are. And the deflector dish does something awesome. Come on. There it goes. Look at that thing. Isn't it cool? Is somebody staring at my ship again? I see their name. I saw it. Where'd you go, Kim Jong-il? Trying to steal my secrets? I saw him. I know you guys should have seen him. Where'd he go? I guess he warped out. Because all I see is Trodo now. Frodo's ugly half-brother. Okay. So, let's go over what this set does. Now, I couldn't show you the tractor beam, but I can show you the ability of this set. Okay, let's see. This one gives you a whole bunch of cool stuff. So, let's just go into the info. I'm not going to read all this. I will let you read all of it because I'm pretty much holding this stuff still long enough for you to be able to read it as much as possible. So, there you go. And I'm moving on. And, yeah, that's what it does. And I'm moving on. So pause this as much as you feel like because I have a lot of sets to go over and I want to try to keep this under 30 minutes so it's not wasting your time listening to me babble on about certain things. Okay. Continue. So, like I said, feel free to pause it. Okay. And we're getting into the set part. Okay. So, as you can tell, this is the second set or third set I've gotten to, and it only does set 2. So it only gives you, every time you get 2 parts of the set, you can't just have one piece on there and expect it to give you something, because it won't. So, set 2, tactical readiness, plus 25% torpedo damage. Yes, please. Plus 8.8 auxiliary power setting. Oh, yeah. Slowly returns missing crew to disabled status, which gets them pretty much to the infirmary, which will have them healed. So you regenerate crew a lot faster. Plus 70% resistance to crewman loss, plus 8.8 crew recovery rate. So that's where the crew recovery rate comes in. I don't know why they put that in there, unless it's an extra 8.8 bonus. Anyways, the part 3, mask energy field. What this does right here, 30 max. I don't know. I'm guessing you can have up to 30 people inside your bubble. I don't really know why that says that. I've never heard anybody give an example or for why that says it. So if you know what that means, leave it in the comments and explain it to me because I've never figured that one out. So, affects friend and cell, 5 kilometer sphere, 0.5 second to activate it, 1 minute and 36 second recharge. It gives you plus 4,763.7 stealth, plus 30 defense bonus. Skills that affect this ability is Starship Stealth. Now, I'm just going to point this out. Anytime that you see something that says abilities that affects this, skills that affects this ability or whatever, and it says like Starship Stealth or something like that, depending on what your captain's skill is, right here where it says skills, and I did a skill video. If you haven't watched it yet, you probably should. If you haven't seen the skills video, I pretty much go into depth on that, but on this where it says Starship Stealth increases it, the effects of the ability, Right here for me it says 4,763.7. Okay, keep that number in mind. Now let's go to my skills. Now let's go find my Starship Stealth. Here it is. I have nothing in my Starship Stealth. Just imagine if you were really big on stealth and you actually filled this up and used this set. Those are the little things you got to take into account and realize and stuff like that. So, if you had this completely filled up, which I'm not going to do at the moment because I don't have the respec tokens to do so, and you redid this set right here and actually looked at what it did for you then, you're probably going to be looking at about 5,000, maybe 6,000 for Starship Stealth. Depending. I don't really know because I don't have mine filled up, so I don't have an exact number for you. So that's just an example of to look out for these things right here. Okay, so that's what this set does. And I'll show you what it looks like. You trying to steal my secrets too, Rex? Better back off, bruh. It's my turf. America. Right there. Anyways. This is what it does. Anybody that's on your team inside of this bubble will not be able to be seen by anybody else as long as their Starship stealth detection rating isn't very high. So anybody inside your bubble gets your pretty much protection until you can get oh so close, and as soon as you start firing they will see you though. Just a heads up. But yeah, anybody inside your bubble gets pretty much free reign to do whatever the hell they want as long as they're inside that bubble. In a PvP match or PvE, doesn't matter. They will not be seen. So you can pretty much walk up right next to an enemy and they won't be able to see you depending on their detection rating. So, next set. Let's go for... Okay, we did that one. Let's do the Dyson set. This is not one of my favorite sets. It's an okay set. I like it, just not that much. It looks cool. Looks pretty darn awesome. Makes it all pretty and white with blue lines everywhere. And it's got this stupid deflector graphic that pretty much follows you everywhere you go. It turns with you. It's kind of creepy. It's like your deflector became alive and it has a giant blue eyeball that just stares you down and follows you everywhere. Anyways, let's see what this set does. This set right here. Oh, tomorrow you want to steal my secrets too? I'm watching you guys. Serious. Okay, let's go into what it does. Take it nice and slow so you can see what this piece does. It's like I'm trying to keep this short because there's a lot of sets. I promise you there's a lot of sets. I really don't want to go through every single one of these parts. It'll take me an hour just to do every single piece for everything. Okay, set two parts of the set. Shielded, critical systems, which give you plus 20.3 Starship inertial dampers, plus 20.3 Starship power insulators. This is what they do. This is what these two pieces will do. It'll add powers to your captain's skill levels. Three parts of the set. Proton Barrage. Affects foe, 6 kilometer range, 90-degree cone, so it pretty much comes out the front of your ship from about here to here, or roughly, let me see if I got a 90-degree targeting cone. Yeah, yep, that's one, just like that. If you can see past the big black box that's in the way, so roughly here, and roughly here. More emphasis on the H. So here and here. Okay. Anyways. Let's get back into it. That's the targeting cone that it'll give you. So anybody within that cone in front of your ship is going to get effed up. So let's go scrolling down. Let's see what I was talking about. Proton Barrage. Okay. Here's the cooldown for it. Here's how long it takes to activate it. To target 3,450.9 proton damage. Ignore shields. 100% chance to strip one buff. 50% chance to strip one buff, and 25% chance to strip another buff. No skills affected, so pretty much you're on your own with this one, but it does do a lot of damage. So let's explain this. 100% chance to strip one buff, so 100% of the time you're going to take one of their buffs away. 50% of the time, so you're going to take another buff away, and 25% of the time you're going to take another buff away. So out of roughly every 4 to 5 times, you're going to be able to take 3 buffs away from somebody. Maybe. Possibly every 10 times, you'll be taking 3 buffs away. Probably every other time, you're going to be taking away 2 buffs away. And if you don't know what a buff is, then something wrong with you. These are buffs. All these are buffs. Now, you can call them whatever you want, but they're pretty much just your abilities to hurt somebody. I really don't care, but that's a buff. Now, this set comes in 4 pieces. I just didn't put the 4th piece on because it doesn't have visual effects. Now, it's the 4th piece is the warp core, which goes right here. I'll show you what it is here in a second, but what it does, it reduces damage to shields by 50% for 15 seconds on damage when shield facings are below 50%. So if one of your shield facings is below 50%, you're kind of screwing yourself because you risk a chance of activating that ability. You may be asking yourself, well, why, dumbass? That sounds like a good idea. My shield facing should be going up. Well, think about it for a second. If your one shield facing goes up, and since it was down below 50%, that shield ability comes on, it brings that shield facing back up. Now you have to wait oh so long for that ability to come back. Now think about that for a second. That shield facing ability won't come back up so for quite a while. So now your shields are pretty much screwed. So you lose that extra ability. So what I'm saying is keep moving around when you're using this set. That's why I don't like this set. Because if that shield facing goes down below 50%, because it didn't specify all shield facings, it just said when a shield facing goes down. So keep moving if you're going to use this set, so you can keep all your shield facings at a roughly the same amount of energy. Also on top of that, you can use your directional keys over here on the right side of your keyboard to start clicking these. As you can see, they're lighting up right, front, left, rear. You can also click these in battle. You can also put these on your box here. I prefer to have my bridge officers down here so I know who does what and everything, so I don't think that these are my abilities and I get confused, and yeah, that's just my thing. A lot of people like having the big box. But yeah, that's this set. I really prefer that you keep moving around. I recommend this set for anybody who has high shield abilities. Me, I'll just show you. I don't have very high shields. I do have high resistance ratings, and I do have high hull. That's why I use the hull repair rate, and high hull. I didn't even realize that. That's why I use the Borg set, because that stuff repairs your hull more than it does your shields. This set repairs your shields more than it does your hull. So, just FYI, my personal opinion, I recommend this for anybody who has high shields. Alright, we need to get moving. So I did the adapted, right? And I did the Borg. Okay, let's do the Jem'Hadar set. I don't really know much about the Jem'Hadar set. I've never really flown it, but I do know one thing, that it is best for anybody who has a Jem'Hadar ship. Now, I love the way it looks. It looks doggone good. Look at that. Makes my emblem stand all out and shiny and stuff. The only thing I don't like is this weird window-ish graphic. It's like they forgot to put the armor plating on top of parts of the ship. Anyways, that's what this thing looks like. That's the only problem I have with it. Other than that, it looks pretty damn cool. Let's go into this, and I'll tell you what the sets do. Okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. We're kind of keep it slow. If you want to know what these sets do, Google them. They are in the STO wiki. I just want to make sure that you know exactly what you should be looking for as a captain. Okay, Dominion Synergy, plus 13.1% Polaron damage, plus 26.2 Starship Power Insulators. That's just what that does. It gives you extra Polaron damage, so if you're using Polaron weapons, this will help you out better. Any proton sweep, it's a 6-kilometer range, 90-degree cone. We've already shown you what the cone looks like for 90 degrees, with more emphasis on the H. And this is how long it takes, and what it does is 1,521.7 shields minus shields on up to 5 enemies, disabling cloaking systems for 12 seconds. Skills that affect this ability. Remember, if this ability on your captain is higher than mine, it's this number is going to be higher. You're going to be doing a lot more damage than this. Improved shield drain and all that fun shit. Okay, Victory is Life. 1% chance to strip one buff while using Polaron weaponry. So every time you hit somebody with a Polaron weapon of some sort, you're going to be taking, you get a 1% chance every time you hit them to strip one buff while using Polaron weaponry. But, read this right here, only works on Jem'Hadar vessels and the Kardashian Galore. So, you must have a Kardashian ship or a Jem'Hadar vessel to be able to get Victory is Life. Sorry. But yeah, it's a really good ability. It's a really good set, but it doesn't keep you alive in a battle very long. So that's why it's good for the Jem'Hadar vessels, I think. Because the Jem'Hadar Dreadnought carrier is just massive, and it has a lot of hull strength, and it's hard to take down anyways. And the bug is so small and fast, it's hard. That's hard to take down too. There's that. Yeah. Okay. Wrong window. Moving on, let's do the Omega Set. Now, the Omega Set, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, I recommend this for anybody who flies a little small, fast ship, because it makes you go super fast. And it does this weird kind of graphic with like carbon fiber plating on the tops and the sides and underneath. You can kind of see it on my ship, but it's just not so much on mine versus others. If you can kind of look right here, here's a little bit here, going around this piece, striped. It's around here every now and then. And it has like this stripe thing going. That's what it does, and it does this on the deflector. Does another, now it's a orange eyeball that occasionally goes away. Okay, so what the engines do, if it's going to do it, yeah, there they are. Does like this graphic where you're using rocket boosters instead of actual engines. Normal impulse engines. Pretty cool. Let's get back into it. Alright, what this set does. Some pretty cool stuff. Like I said, for your fast little nimble escorts and stuff like that, I think this is really works well from those ships. Come on, this is a long one. Holy hell. Tetrion Glider adds an additional -25 shield drain to all energy weapon attacks. So any energy weapon that you have, you're going to have -25 shield drain extra to that weapon. Skills that affect this ability, here you go. Mine is only -25. So Starship flow capacitors, if you have higher on this ability, that will be a higher number. Mine is only 25 right now. Yours could be 45, 50, you never know. So that's just one of those things. You got to check it out and try it out to see what yours will be at. Gravitic Anchor, 10-kilometer range, 0.5 seconds to activate, 2-minute recharge, -25.5 kinetic damage resistance rating for 10 seconds. So any kinetic damage attacks that you could be doing on somebody might not affect them for up to 10 seconds. Well, 25.5 of it won't affect them if they have this ability. Disables the ability to turn, -33.3% defense for 10 seconds. So pretty much it's kind of useless now that I read it, because it only helps you take away kinetic damage. It doesn't let you turn very well, and it takes away 33.3% defense for 10 seconds. Oh wait, no, it actually is pretty good. It targets your foe. I'm an idiot. Okay, forget everything I just said. It's -25.5 kinetic damage resistance rating to your target. So your target won't be able to handle your kinetic damage as much. It also disables your target from being able to turn, and it also disables their defense by that much for 10 seconds. So never mind. Scratch everything I said. It's a good set. And here it is right here. Here's the ability. I can't show you what it looks like, again, because there's no targets out here. I might do that in another video, but it's going to be a really short video. If you absolutely want to see what they look like, leave it in the comments. I'll show you what it looks like. So, let's do another set. Okay, we did all these. Next, the Aegis set. Now, for anybody who just reached level 50, I recommend this set to you. This is the best set that you could possibly have when you reach level 50. to help start you on the track to getting all these other sets. Thoron Distortion Field. While moving, the Thoron Distortion Field will grant a plus 5% bonus defense by deceiving sensors into targeting duranium shadows. This combines with the Aegis Hyper Impulse Engine's bonus 5% defense to grant a total of 10% to your defense. So pretty much, like I said, this is a good set for anybody first starting out at level 50 to help you get the other sets that you might want. And it's a good set to continue with down the road if you want to use it as well, depending on what you do with it. Always remember that you need to make sure that you're using it for the right style of captain and all that fun stuff. When your shields are hit, Reactive Shielding has a chance to activate, increasing the resistance to the incoming damage type for a short time. Reactive Shields stacks up to 5 times per energy type and can resist against several different damage types at once. So say you got like 2 people shooting at you with this, one with disruptors, one with phasers, and you got another guy shooting at you with Polaron, and you got another guy shooting at you with, I don't know, something else, anti-proton. Your ship, if you're lucky, I've never seen it happen, but if you're lucky, every single one of those ships right there can be firing at you at the same time, and the resistance levels to those abilities can stack up 5 times per beam type. So this is a hell of a defense system for anybody who's just starting out level 50. So I really do recommend to get these. They go around roughly around 200,000 a piece for each part of the set on the exchange, and you can also craft these up at the R&D in Memory Alpha. Alright, next set. That was a quick one. We did that. Alright, I'm not gonna, no, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this set back on here, and we're gonna switch ships because my other ship has already got all this stuff on it for the next set, and it would take me forever to pull it all over. I'm not going to be going over every single set. Like, I'm going over the deflector, engines, and shield sets. I'm going to try remember to hit all the other ones as well. But my throat is very dry. I'm starting to get sore. So, okay, this one's got 2 sets on it. This one is a 4-piece set, if I do remember. Yes, that's a 4-piece set, and this is a 4-piece set. Yep. I got 2 4-piece sets on one ship. So that's 8 parts. 8 parts on my ship is part of 2 different sets. Okay, so let's go over this one first. Now this one's got some pretty cool graphics. Now it's a green eyeball staring at you everywhere you go. Where you going, son? Anyways, the graphics on this one is this cool green style look to it, and the carbon fiber on top of that, plus the green and the carbon fiber on top of that. Let's get some sunlight on this bad boy. Oh, and the green smoke coming out of your engines there. Let's get some light going so you can see it. Oh, that kind of messed it up. There we go. Made it all blackish colored here. Yep. Looks real good to me. Alright, let's go over what it says. And I'm probably going to have to pause it here in a second. So my kid is going apeshit over here. Alright. 2 parts of the set. Plus 12 anti-proton damage bonus. Resistance rating. Plus 5% defense. Okay, pretty cool. Part 3. Affects foe. What is it? It's a biomolecular fluidic space counterblast. To target 3,213.8 radiation damage. To target minus 9.1% flight speed for 15 seconds. That's versus non-Undine characters. So if anybody who's not Undine, so pretty much everybody but the Undine, will get this effect to them for 15 seconds. To the Undine, 33.3% flight speed for 15 seconds, minus off. What affects this ability is if you have Starship particle and generators. So mine is pretty high, if I do remember, so that should be pretty good. Okay, Biomolecular Reactive Shielding System. So absorbs 10,395 points of damage for 45 seconds. When it goes away, so when it cuts off, It'll shoot out 1,211 radiation damage up to 10 enemies in a 5-kilometer radius, 50% shield penetration. Yeah, penetration. 241.7 radiation damage every 1 second for 15 seconds on affected targets. 50% shield penetration. 61.4 repel. So yeah, this thing's pretty much gonna ruin somebody's day pretty fast. So if you just start rolling all these abilities out on somebody, they're really gonna have a bad day. And here's 2 skills that affects this one. So you can really jump this stuff up high, super high. And this will, if you get all 4 parts, it'll give you also on top of that +3 accuracy %. Okay, that's that set. I think I just read that one. Okay, here's the weapon set that comes with it. The weapon set is called altogether the Counter Command Ordnance. Oh, fancy schmancy. Okay, if you get 2 parts of it, the Biomolecular Instability. Plus 7.5% bonus phaser and disruptor energy weapon damage. So it gives you a bonus to your phaser and disruptors. You can't really run both at the same time. You can. If you watch my previous videos, you'll know why I am highly frown on it, but you can with this set. You can run phasers and disruptors with this set. Okay? I don't recommend it with any other set, but this set's fine. Okay, and I'll show you where it comes into play, where you can do it with this set. Okay, heavy biomolecular turret barrage. So upgrade your heavy biomolecular turret to deal damage to foes within 5 kilometers. Applies biomolecular incubation to all affected targets. Okay, so that's pretty cut and dry. It tells you exactly what it does. Ruins their day. If you give 4 parts of the set, energy weapons have a 1% chance to apply degenerative wave signature to foe for 10 seconds. Reduce whole healing by 50%. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this ability will reduce whole healing by 50%, so you can really stop somebody in their tracks from being able to heal against you. Disable whole regeneration altogether. Remove 1 active heal over time effect, so you could completely take out their hazard emitters if it wanted to, depending on whatever the system itself takes away from them. So that one, reverse shield polarity, I think is one of them that it will take away. Max 1 per 10 seconds. Debuff effect does not stack. Chance increases to 10% versus Undine. So you get an extra 10% against the Undine for this shit. Oh man, so you get 11% total against the Undine and only 1% against other people. I don't find that fair, but you know, if you think about it, it is kind of fair. So 1% of every second you are going to be given a chance to do this to somebody. So this set can really mess somebody up. Alright, so that was this weapon set, and it comes with this right here, which you get from a Dyson mission. And I'm going to show you where you can get this mission in a second. Let's go show you the other parts. Here's a console, which you can get from the reputation system. Here's the gun, the phaser turret, the heavy phaser turret that you can get from the reputation system. All these other parts you also get from the reputation system, including this piece. So a lot of stuff. I think, yeah, anything that says counter command is something that you get out of a reputation system. And I'm going over this one real fast because a lot of people want to know about it. This one as well is from the reputation system, even though it doesn't say counter command. Okay, let's switch back because I don't want to take anything off this ship. This one is set. I don't touch it ever. It's my baby. Whenever I go fight some Undine or decide to pick on Klingons in Karat. If anybody on here is a Klingon in Karat, do not be mad at me because it is the truth. I do my best to pick on people and make people laugh whenever I go to Karat. So no hate mail. Alright. What is next? The Mako Set, my number 2. I love the Mako Set. Little girl, you be quiet. I am almost done, little lady, I promise you. I might have to pause it, ladies and gentlemen. She is getting unhappy. Okay, let's see what this set does real quick before she goes apeshit, and I will stop it there and probably pick up with other sets in another video.
Because if I pick her up, I'm holding her for about an hour or two, so I might as well cut it short here. Alright, the Mako Set, my number 2. Magneto, I call it Magneto Plasma, because it sounds cooler. Relays, plus 5% power recharge speed, plus 17.5 Starship power insulators. 3 parts of the set, heavy Graviton beam, which I'm just going to hold it here and show you all of its awesomeness. It does a whole bunch of crap to everything, and it's awesome. I highly recommend to it. Oh, and if you shoot Dinatra with it, I'm just going to let the cat out of the bag now. Whenever Dinatra in the STF goes to fire her gigantic kill everybody beam, if you hit her with your heavy Graviton beam, if you have all 3 parts of this set, that one, and that one, she will shoot that thing early and kill everybody. I just want to let everybody know because it really pisses off somebody in my fleet. So yeah, I just wanted to let the cat out of the bag. Okay, go ahead and read this real quick, and I have got to go. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for the next Star Trek Online tutorial. I will finish up with this stuff later, and finish up with what sets I think work for what class and everything as well. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. I'll talk to you later.